So if you could please introduce yourselves and the role you play in the band.
I am Tyler. I am the vocalist or attempt to be the vocalist.
There you go. Nice job. Nice lead off hit.
Yep.
Uh, I am also a vocalist and I also play some guitar, play a little bass. I'm petting a cat right now so he doesn't go absolutely insane because he wouldn't go upstairs.
Yeah.
I hear him in the background.
And your name is Damon.
My name is Damon. Ow, with a blurry mirror. Camera. Good Lord, what's going on today?
And in case anyone watching or listening wants to know, we are here with Of Virtue.
Of virtue. Yay.
Yeah, we probably should have said that as well.
It's okay. I'm here to help.
Thank you. The facilitator. There we go.
Oh, there's the cat. Oh,
Yep.
and it's an orange tabby.
Oh, so he's feisty. Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've been told those are naughty cats.
There you go. Bye bye,
I have,
buddy.
I
Yeah,
have a friend, she
I
has one, and its name is Naughty Nelson.
Well, I'm gonna start calling you Nelson if you don't get out of here, buddy.
yeah. I have one. His name is I call him Little Timmy.
Yeah. Is he orange?
He's he is.
Uh-oh.
And he gallops like a horse, which is like my favorite thing ever. And then when you're walking like to the room, he's like walking underneath your feet or right beside you, looking up at you, and then he'll want you to pet him, and then 2 seconds later, he'll just start meowing and crying like he's so mad. Like, yeah,
That's my dog. She'll
yeah.
she'll she'll stay on your heel like maybe less than 3 centimeters, and then you'll stop walking, and then she butt checks you like pet me and like slams her body into you, and you can pet her, and then you're done. You can't stop petting her, or she'll just keep butt checking you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, it's their way of I guess getting our attention, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Animals do weird, crazy things.
Yep.
So, Of Virtue, you guys have been a band since 2008. I know you've had a few lineup changes throughout the years. Could you give us a quick history of how Of Virtue came to be and some of the changes that have occurred over the years?
Ooh, the TLDR version of that is our other guitar player Mike and I. We're like the
Oh,
long-standing,
geez.
yeah, the originals, I guess, if that matters to anybody anymore. We've been playing in bands together for a long time. Wanted to switch it up. We did. We were unsuccessful in finding permanent people in like the inception of the band. Did make a couple records, had some fun with it. Didn't really do what we thought. Found that guy in the right-hand side of my Zoom in another band that he was playing, with our old bass player at the time. My cat is going crazy. Good Lord, I'm gonna give you the best interview ever. Um, yeah, Tyler joined the band. We found Ryan during COVID, of all places, on the internet. Never met him, just flew him out. And for some reason, it was simpatico. He's just as weird and strange as we are. So that's kind of where we're at now.
If
Just
not
curious.
weirder.
I was gonna say, just curious, where on the internet did you find him?
I want to say
Instagram.
Instagram. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were just looking for like I think we were like it's time to find a permanent drummer. We've been doing this whole fill-in thing for a minute now. It's time to find a permanent drummer, and um our old manager at the time had was just that was just like his like forte, his specialty. It was just going on the internet, finding drummers, sending them to us, and then I remember I clicked on Ryan. Like I think he was like the last person I clicked on. I was like, this guy's really good, and he doesn't even have that many followers. I was like, that's kind of cool. Like he's a really good drummer. Maybe we can build him up. Well, yeah, that he skyrocketed that by himself. So, but we were lucky enough to grab him, and yeah, he is definitely. I will say confidently, he's probably the weirdest of us all. Definitely, yeah. And I thought I was weird. Then I met this guy for sure.
Very
That's a
Canadian. It's from Calgary.
Yeah, very Canadian.
That's awesome. We've actually heard a couple people, even in the modern day, finding musicians for the band still through Craigslist. So I was just curious if you took the Wild West of Craigslist.
No, we leave those alone. Craigslist, Backpage, all that, putting up paper ads. Nah, we're good on that.
Yeah, we're good on
A paper ad. I wonder who you would get these days with a paper ad.
Oh, I know who exactly who you'd get. You'd get fucking dad from down the road that has zero clue about anything modern. Um, I think I saw somebody putting one up when I was at a Guitar Center the other day, and I was just curious. I was like, oh, what kind of band are you trying to start? And he's like, oh, looking like modern metal, blah blah blah. He's like, oh, cool. So I was like, what kind of bands? He's like, oh, like Pantera and okay. I'm like, not modern, my guy.
Yeah.
Not
Not
Pantera's
modern at
cool,
all.
not close to being. Uh, I'm not gonna say not relevant because obviously they're doing the whole song and dance with Phil and Zach Wild and all them, but yeah, I was like, we might have two different ideas of what you might find out
Modernist.
with Lansing Street.
Yep.
So, since forming in 2008, I'm sure the band has seen some huge shifts in how music is marketed and everything since the inception. How do you feel things have shifted now compared to like the MySpace days?
Um, I'm gonna be honest, man. There, like the way the music is consumed is probably the biggest difference. Regarding social media, honestly, between MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, Vine, TikTok, all of that, like not much has really changed. It's for lack of better terms, it's like any of the bands of those specific time periods, if you took a devotion to the social media platform of your choosing and actually like took it seriously and invested, probably almost all of your energy into it, which is hard to do sometimes, you will see the fruits of that. And there are generations of bands and people that, you can say like, oh, so and so is like a MySpace band or so and so I found them on this. And it's like, well, those happen to be the parallel platforms of that time that people were discovering new music or first getting into certain things. So that part hasn't changed. Um, just the way if we're talking about like marketing or everyone kind of becoming their own brand, becoming their own content creator, like labels and some of the more big machine stuff doing less and less of the actual A&R and looking for just fully developed products already on their own. Some and a lot of people just eschewing that whole business model completely because you notice the, financial windfall or the revenue share that you can benefit from by not involving somebody else. Direct contact and access with fans without having to use a middleman. Um, that part's all good. The streaming is like a double-edged sword because again, if we're talking about discovery or just access. Obviously, Spotify, Apple Music, and all that stuff are great with the algorithmic lists. It makes it a little bit easier in some ways to find artists that you like because it's like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go listen to a version on Spotify, and if I listen to three songs, Spotify is gonna send me 10 other bands that sound like us ish. So that's kind of cool if you're, having a problem maybe identifying like what a specific sound is, or you're just like, you know what, let me just go on a rabbit hunt and see what's going on. So that part's cool. But again, on the artist side, there's always going to be the, who's really, making out for the better here. It's like, you know, the artist continually is having stuff stripped away from them if we allow it, or in some cases, if the ecosystem doesn't actually change. So in that regard, like I said, there's a lot of things that do change. There's some stuff that just kind of stays the same and just shifts form, if you will.
Interesting. Yeah, a lot of people have said it's kind of like a singles game now. Kind
Mhm.
of like that's what everything's being driven toward, and kind of like the attention span of an individual. If you don't keep releasing those singles, people kind of forget about you. Um,
Yeah,
but
absolutely. I mean, and the thing about it too is like the most diehard of all of us. Like, I still love records. I still like being able to sink my teeth into a body of work. But I also do find that, the quality of music, it is harder to be like, hey, let me just zone in on 5 records this week and just sit back front to back, bang them all out. Like it really is hard. It takes time. You actually have to kind of want like sit there and concentrate
Yeah.
and want to do it. But the nice thing I will say about it though is it has forced artists to not cut corners when writing their records because I don't know how old any of you guys are. I'm in my mid 30s, and there'd be times when I was younger and like you'd go to a store, you'd buy a record, and there'd be 3 good songs on it and 15 fucking terrible ones or some filler stuff. And it's like I could have literally just listened to the singles. I could have just
Hmm.
you could have sold me your 3 songs that I like the most for $10 and I would have bought it, you know, instead of having to, do all this. And it's like, it does force everybody else to step up their game that way or to be more creative with how they're delivering the records and not just in a sonic manner. It's like, are you accompanying this with cool visuals? I know music videos are still kind of like they make their way in and out of form, but like we have some friends of ours in a band called Imminence, and it's like their visuals are incredible to the point where it's like they make you pay attention to a music video that they can then chop down into short form and promote themselves on their various platforms that way, but keeping engaged beyond the sound, it's that's also like to tie into the aforementioned question. It's like that's another big thing where it's more it's more than just music when it comes to keeping a listener engaged, keeping somebody in your world, in your community. It's like it almost feels like you have to either A, give them so much access that they can just kind of feel like they are one and the same with you, or you kind of have to like decrease that access to the point where it's kind of like a sleep token or it's Slipknot when they first came out and really go out of your way to try to hide yourself from the internet so that the internet comes looking for you. And sometimes it'll work. Sometimes people love to ruin surprises. They love to go find them and be like, "Ooh, I know what it is," and then ruin it, and then all of a sudden, it is what it is. But
Ruining surprises. That kind of makes me think of like LimeWire days,
oh
like
yeah.
you were looking
Yep.
for pirated music that wasn't out yet, and somehow that stuff got on there.
Oh, and that's the thing. Like, obviously that's streaming before streaming. It's the only reason why, you know, I would say that I even got into underground music because I didn't know underground music existed. You know, I grew up listening to new metal and like rock, so it's like Slipknot and Deftones and Korn and System and all those Linkin Park, Seven Dust, the bands of that era, Breaking Benjamin for Tyler, Story of the Year, like all that stuff. But it's like I remember one of my neighbors, he came over and he's like, "Bro, do you know what I think what was the one at the time? There was a few. There was LimeWire, Aries. I think Aries was the one, the blue one. Um, and he downloaded. I was like, "What the hell is this?" He's like, "Dude, I'm going on here and we're downloading Disturbed's new record, we're downloading Trust Company, we're doing all this stuff." But then you would see all the tags, and it's like, "Oh, if you like this, you might like, Norma Jean, or you might like Throwdown or Kill Switch Engage." And I'm like, "Who the hell are these bands?" And you would just click it, and I'm like, just and some of the stuff would just be awful because you just weren't used to it. Like I remember hearing what band was it? Converge for the first time. And I was like, this is noise. This is not even music. It made no sense to me. Dillinger Escape Plan, like kind of the same thing. Meshuggah. I saw Meshuggah at Ozfest and thought I was like, this is horrible. Like, what is happening? But then when you start to get into it more and you develop like, oh, everything doesn't have to sound like Jonathan Davis. Okay, I get it now. This is sick. And same thing. Just the world just opened up in so many different ways. And it is what it is. Sorry, Lars Ulrich, you can't buy a new jet at this point because my musical exploration is more important than that. So
Yeah, I feel like it was a mix of that and when you used to be able to get compilation albums of just like
Those
all different
are
bands,
great.
all different songs. I remember picking up the Take Action
Yep.
compilations. So I mean, I'm discovering Fall Out Boy, Yellow Card, Thrice, all on the same album. Um, but yeah, I still remember we were talking about looking for an album before it was released on LimeWire. I think the first album I did that with was From Under the Cork Tree with Fall Out Boy. I still remember finding song by song uh, with that album. Um, anyway, so a Virtue was released four full lengths and three EPs over the years. Now that it's going on about a year and a half since your last release, do you have anything coming down the pike?
Oh
Well, we
yeah.
got heads shaking.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we do. Damon and I actually just got back from Nashville a couple weeks ago. For another writing session, and this is actually one of the first sessions that we have actually been able to both be at like fully, together in a room. The other times it's been kind of sporadic this time around, but yeah, we came away with some special stuff. We're very excited about it. Um, can't really like obviously let you know too much right now, but new music is coming. We are shooting for definitely sometime this summer. If everything goes to plan, but we're definitely releasing some new music this year. We can confidently, and it is okay for us to say that, I think. If not, sorry, Ben. Sorry, Burko. Sorry,
No,
Scott.
Burko doesn't get a say anymore because he said In-N-Out's better than McDonald's. So
It is. It is. It
it's not.
is.
It's not.
It
But
is.
no.
Just like In-N-Out's better than Shake and Shack, but it's fine.
Wait, what have you gotten at In and Out that you disagree that it's better than McDonald's?
Hold on. I'll address that in a second. But Tyler stumbled on his words and said In-N-Out is better than Steak and Shake or Shake Shack. I need to clarify that.
Oh, Steak and Shake.
Uh, we
No,
can
there is no way.
yeah
There
we could
is
yeah
there is no way.
we could debate that.
I'll take Steak
There
and
is
Shake
no
over In and
way.
Out.
Hey, see, look at my man Chris with the culture. That's what I'm talking
I
about.
can't choose because I've never had In-N-Out.
Perfect. You can go your life without having it. In-N-Out fries are. Can we swear on here?
Yes.
Go for it.
Awesome. They're fucking trash. They're awful. They're not good. Anybody that's like, oh, you have to animal style it. It's like, cool. I have to pour a gallon of Thousand Island dressing onto some cardboard to make it edible. No thanks. The burgers are okay. It just kind of like somebody actually explained this to me the other day, and some In-N-Out burgers can be good. Most of the time, it feels like you're eating like soup. Like it's a juicy burger, but it's too juicy, but it doesn't have enough like seasoning or flavor to it. And sometimes you get that big honking onion that no one wants. You're like, I like onion. I'd rather not eat an onion burger. You know, it takes too long to get. They're always busy. It's dumb expensive. So why not go with the King of King, our Lord of Lords, the Golden Arches? Even though if it's not real, it doesn't matter. It's fast food. It's all terrible for you anyways. So I'm gonna go with the thing that tastes the best, that is the best. Number one. Number one.
My favorite fast food burger would have to be like Culver's, though.
Oh my God. No.
Yes, yes,
No.
yes,
No.
yes, yes,
No.
Jessica.
No.
And
Yes.
one reason in particular is because they offer a gluten-free bun.
They're butter burgers. They're great. They're
Hold
different.
on. See, this is when people start doing this stuff, I understand they need options for everybody. If you're allergic to gluten, if
I
you know,
can't eat McDonald's anymore.
I'm sorry. You know what? I feel tonight I'm gonna enjoy. I will go to McDonald's off a tour just for you.
Okay, you do it. Eat it all for me. Eat all the
Yes.
fries, the
Mm,
burgers, the chicken
mm,
nuggets that
mm.
are probably not even real chicken.
Oh, none of it's real. None of it's real. McDonald's has their own everything. They have their own recipe for Coke. The salt is like some weird hybrid of salt.
Yeah,
Uh,
the oil they use actually has meat flavoring in it.
hmm
And that's why it's not gluten free. So I can't eat anything there really, except for like breakfast eggs. And
Now,
those are probably not even real eggs.
They are not. No.
I will say when I do crave a fast food burger, my go-to is McDonald's. Um, for one simple reason. About, gosh, 20 years ago now, I dated this girl who was like, "Let's go to McDonald's. I'm hungry." I'm like, "All right, whatever." She got a bunch of double quarter pounders with cheese and sweet and sour sauce. And I'm like, the hell are you doing? She's like, trust me on this. Trust me on this.
Mm,
Dunk the burger in the sweet and
nah,
sour.
no.
Yeah, I'll never eat a burger from
Uh,
McDonald's the same way again.
no. See, what you allowed to happen, you allowed demonic energy into your life. That's what you did. When you went to a fast food establishment with a singular other individual and they ordered multiple quarter pounders, that's a red flag for one. Were you high on cannabis at the time?
No,
Okay. Was she high on cannabis at the time?
that I don't know.
Okay. So without knowing any other information, the fact that she dunked a fully awesome burger into sweet and sour sauce and said, "Hey babe, don't worry. Nope. You have to take responsibility for your circle, what you allowed into your life." There were other decisions that she made at some point in time that led to that decision. Maybe you're blinded by passion. I don't know what it is, man.
Maybe
Sorry.
that's what it was.
Which ex-girlfriend was this?
We did not last it very long.
Exactly. Yep. See, look at that. There was another red flag that now that you look back at it, you go, wow, that's barbaric behavior. No wonder this didn't work out.
See, see, this is the thing. Damon likes to bring wisdom of real life and put it into you having a McDonald's order. That's crazy.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's a burger.
You know what's crazier? Someone dunking a quarter pounder into sweet and sour sauce.
Try it.
Some people like weird stuff. Yeah, don't knock it till you try it.
Clearly, he hasn't tried it again because he won't eat McDonald's again.
I've had it since.
Have
You've
you
had
had it with a
McDonald's?
sweet and sour sauce?
Yeah,
Yeah, I won't have it any
Yeah,
other
that
way. I
yeah,
won't have a
that's what
McDonald's
Oh,
he's
burger any
saying.
other way.
see, Damon, you're gonna have to go to McDonald's.
But it's just
Get a
like
quarter
my
pounder.
view of people liking ketchup. Like, why? Just put a tomato on it. Just all ketchup is sweetened tomato blood. Like that's what it is. It's pulverized sweetened tomato. And
I
what do
don't
Look at
people
know.
that.
do? They dip fries in it. Fries are already soggy. So you're dipping something soggy in something to make it soggier? No, I'm
Well,
out.
here's the thing, and this is probably a hot take. I don't dip my fries in ketchup. I actually
Barbecue
don't think
sauce.
Good.
no, she just went in a whole worse.
Wait, is that something you do, Jess?
Oh God, I prefer barbecue sauce on my fries versus ketchup.
This is the end of this podcast. We can't work together anymore.
See, look at that. We're uncovering the demons, the secrets. We're letting it all out now. But yes, no. To me, I don't know, maybe I'm a weird guy. There are certain foods that if you cannot eat it plain, it's not good. McDonald's fries, if you get them nice and piping hot, they're fantastic. They're great.
Oh, don't
Ribs,
get me wrong. I can eat McDonald's French fries, or I could
you-
plain. They were
you just-
great, but I still like to add the barbecue sauce.
that's fine. That's your prerogative. However, see that's the thing. Like to go to my man's point about ketchup, I'm not a ketchup guy. And barbecue sauce main component is
Ketchup.
ketchup.
Ketchup and brown sugar, right? I mean,
Oof, that's even I love brown sugar, but nope. Mm-mm. Also, don't like barbecue sauce really. Like, I'm not the biggest fan. Don't like it on ribs. Don't like it on wings. Don't like it on basically anything. So,
It's so
See,
good though.
see, he's so passionate about McDonald's, but then he's also very weird with and picky, so it's fine.
I mean, that's not weird at all because most of the places
Yes,
that
it is.
it's not.
It is weird.
No, it's not. It's
so
not
let
Yes, it
me
is.
let me throw a complete curveball in this whole soggy French fry dipping stuff. What about Canadian poutine?
overrated.
No, it is amazing.
It's overrated.
It's
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 amazing.
it's the only soggy fry I'll have.
So you like mashed potatoes.
With gravy.
You like slightly crispy mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Uh,
If you want to put it that way, but a slightly crispy mashed potato, wouldn't that just be hash browns?
No, because hash browns have to be made crispy. Home fries have to be made crispy. And them boys have more. If I were, I'll make you some home fries one day, and they will have crunch, and you'll go, am I eating French fries? And I go, I don't know, but you enjoy the taste.
I look forward
ah,
to it.
this is some great potato talk.
Yeah.
It's amazing. This all the talk about releasing new music just prompted a
It
nice little
spiraled into something else.
yeah,
This is secretly a
amazing.
food debate podcast.
Yeah, this is great. I'm here for it.
This is what we're known for, though, Chris. We always go off on
we
random
we do go
tangents.
off on
It's
tangents.
good. That's what makes them fun. That's what also breaks up, from any, from normal interview questions too, right?
Right.
Like it's nice to just have those like, wait, well, he's like, wait, do you put barbecue sauce in there? You're like, well, yeah, dude. Like, whoa, end of this podcast. See, it's good.
Wait, speaking of barbecue sauce, I'm gonna go back for a second. What about barbecue sauce in mac and cheese? Yes or
No.
no?
Yes,
No,
yes,
no.
yes.
That's
Oh,
like that's like putting ketchup on your damn eggs. Don't do
eh.
that either.
Oh no, 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 no. That is not the same.
Oh, I do that.
It's
Yeah, I
definitely
do that as well.
it's worse.
Yeah.
Specifically if you have barbecue chicken in the mac and cheese.
Yes.
That's when it's better. No,
Panera used to have like a barbecue chicken mac and cheese, and it was the best thing ever.
The only thing I'll add to my mac and cheese is bacon.
Yeah, solid. It's a solid choice. It's a solid choice.
No
Yeah,
barbecue
but
sauce, bacon.
it's usually not like a normal your normal cheese like mac and cheese. It's usually like a white cheddar.
Yeah.
So the flavors are better. Like they mesh really well.
I love, see, maybe this is just my problem. I do love sweets. I like sweet things. To me,
You don't like barbecue though.
there are some things that should just be savory, and macaroni and cheese, savory. If I want to eat ribs or chicken wings, savory. Don't generally go for the sweeter side of things. We can end on this one too, and then go if you guys want to ask us an actual question. When it comes to
Yes, we should
pizza,
probably move on from the food talk.
when it comes to pizza, fruit does not go on pizza. I'm gonna
I
stand
agree. I do not like pineapple on pizza.
yep,
agreed.
gonna stand firm on that.
It does.
It doesn't. No.
But that's okay. You're wrong, but it's fine. It's okay.
I know I've offended an entire culture.
So wait, you don't like sweet barbecue, but what about like Carolina style where it's like vinegar based?
Yeah, that stuff's great.
Okay.
But but again, most of the time for me, if I go to your establishment or if we are having a barbecue or anything else, if I cannot eat your ribs plain, if I cannot eat your chicken wings plain, they are not good. You need to adjust your technique before you figure out the sauce. Like and plus anyways, I'm not a big like sauce guy. Like I like the dry rub. So if it's like if you want like nice lemon pepper dry rub or a buffalo dry rub, or even literally just salt and vinegar on the wings, boom, perfect. But I don't know. Something about like what you had said, making things soggy to taste better. Nah, good. Solid on that.
Well, you know what isn't soggy? Your
That's a great.
collaboration. Your collaboration with Conquer Divide.
I love I
That was
love
I'm not gonna lie, that was like a C minus transition, but it worked. It worked. Hard, just hard.
I just went for it. I went for it.
Yes, I
Hey,
appreciate
I loved it. I loved it. It was good.
Yeah,
Um,
bad dreams, bad dreams. Love the song so much. I'm just
thank
curious
you.
how you guys came about doing that collaboration with them.
So it was actually really cool. Sam, their drummer, she is also Canadian. Her and Ryan have, been internet friends for a while. And actually we got to meet her back in 2021, the first time Ryan flew to Michigan to play a show with us. Conquer Divide actually was playing a show like 30 minutes from the airport. So Ryan and I, got to go hang out and meet up with them, and we kept in touch for a while. I've been, I've personally been a big fan of them, and then um, we played our first Canadian shows this past July, and Sam is from like the Montreal area, and she came out, saw the show, and then got a DM from her later just asking, hey, would you guys be interested in doing like a collab? And it was like, absolutely, like, let's do it. And she sent me the song and was like, here's what we would like you guys to do. Just let us know when you can do it. So Damon and I got together, recorded this song, or recorded our parts that we were supposed to record, and then sent it off. And then yeah, just like we had no idea when it was going to come out. It kind of seemed like it was like we need this right now, because we had less than like 5 days to do it, and I was like, oh yikes, this is a little intimidating because like we just got home from tour um and everything, and it's kind of difficult booking last minute studio time. So we had to make do with what we had and do it recorded it ourselves. And I mean, I think it came out really, really good. Very proud of it, and it was an awesome, awesome opportunity to get into work with them. So
Yeah, it seems like the song's been doing really well. From what I can tell, a lot of people are liking the song.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's we're almost at 500,000 streams in 3 weeks, which is pretty dang good, I would say.
Yeah.
And they're over in Europe right now. They just got off a tour with New Year's Day, and then they start their another tour out there with a band called Anchor.
Hmm.
So that's yeah. So it's just like it's really cool that they dropped that. They're going on this tour, and then we have a tour coming up as well. So it's like we're doing our best to promote it as much as we can, and yeah, I think it's been really cool seeing like people be like, "Whoa, like didn't even expect you guys to collab like this." And it's like, absolutely, like we love them, and we thought the song turned out really good.
Yeah. We love them too. Right, Chris?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been great kind of keeping up with them. We had Izzy on. When was that? July? Was it
Forever
July?
ago now. Probably back in July, yeah, around there.
Okay.
It was probably, yeah, I think it was about a month before well, I saw them twice in August live. But yeah, that was,
Oh, with 10 years or right before their
yeah,
tour 10
yeah.
years. Yeah, okay.
Well, I saw them on their headlining tour
Headliner. Yep.
and then the 10 years as well.
Okay.
So I got
Nice.
to see them twice in 1 month, which was great.
Yeah, that is really cool.
But it was fun. And they're great girls. The only person I didn't meet was Kristen because she
Okay.
wasn't on those tours. She had
Yep.
some other stuff going on. So yeah, so talking more about collaborations. Do you guys have any dream collaborations of people you would like just love, love, love to collaborate with? Like sky's the limit.
Ooh. I'll let you go first, Damon.
My cat, because he apparently just decided that he wanted to get the zoomies and come back down. And
Make you mad.
I love him to death. Um, uh, I'm gonna be honest. At this moment, I really don't. Like, maybe it just kind of speaks about like there are some things maybe for promotional purposes, like um, I guess a dream if we did something with Trent Reznor, that'd be sick. That'd just be super dope. Um, but I think where we're at and what we're doing doesn't really need anything, which is kind of crazy. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, it's like, you know, if Chester Bennington were still alive, that would be like a one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'd want that. That would be the all-time like tug at the heartstrings full circle moment. Mike Shinoda in any capacity would be sick for the same reason. Um, I don't know. There's a few, I guess, but It's not the priority on it is now no longer what it used to be.
Now for me,
Me,
um, yeah, now for me,
I
yeah,
want.
me, I. We have this thing where we just say we always joke around whenever we say I or something to me, and we're always has that little voice like, oh, I want, or yeah, me. Like it's a great inside joke. So that's why Damon just did that to me. But it's fine. It's cool. It's usually just supposed to be an in-person thing, but it's fine. It's cool. Um, but for me, I would definitely say like Damon mentioned Breaking Benjamin earlier. I think that would be really cool, like someday to do something with them. Um, uh, I grew up on and loving like them and also Story of the Year. So like having Dan Marcella on a track would be so freaking cool. I think that would be yeah, that'd be a full circle moment for me. So and then another one would just be, I mean, I do agree with Damon with what he said. But our friend Eddie from Imminence, that would be like something really cool to do something with him someday. Like he is a friend, but he is also a very talented vocalist, and I think doing a collab with him or even just with the full band itself would be something really cool to do someday.
Yeah. I'm all for the story of the year thing.
Yeah, I love that band.
They're my favorite band, so
Yeah, they're them and Breaking Benjamin are two reasons why I am in a band today. So
the real question is though, did you get into story of the year before they were story of the year?
yeah, Big Blue Monkey.
Yeah, Big Blue
Yep,
Monkey.
yep, yep.
I
Have
have a CD signed by them as Big Blue
That's so
Monkey.
awesome. Yeah, we have the CD, like my brother and I, and then we have the Live in the Lou DVD, and
Yep.
yeah, and my brother learned. That's how he started playing guitar, learning like playing. There's I think it's called like Guitar Tab or something. I can't remember. You might know what it's called. That website where all the guitar tabs are on.
You talking about MX tabs from back in the day?
Yeah. Yep. So like he would go on there and just print off the tabs, learning the songs, and I would come home from school every day to him just shredding Story of the Year. So I was like, I mean, I don't think there was any other band that could be my favorite band because like I heard it every day,
I
Right.
don't
even
think
if I was in my room. You said
I
what?
don't think your brother was shredding Story of the Year, by the way.
He was.
I don't think so.
He was. He was. But it's cool. It's fine.
What do we call that? Revisionist history. It has good memories attached to it, so we actually forget what it really was like.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see
Yeah, it
that.
could be it too.
The question is
No,
though, how
it's
good is he at guitar now?
he's really good.
Well, you never know then, right? Maybe he was good back then.
Dude. Not, I mean, he doesn't play much anymore. Yeah, after he toured, he filled in for our stop, dude. He filled in for our band on a tour, and Damon and my brother, like not in a serious way, but they have this about 8 years running beef right now, almost 8 years of
Uh-oh.
just yeah, my brother had filled in for to play some bass. It didn't work out the best way. Um,
Well, it happens.
but it's okay, It's cool. So I think after that, my brother's ego was hurt a little bit. So he's like, I'm never playing guitar again.
Well.
Damn.
Them's the breaks.
Yep.
It took filling in for the band playing bass, so he's not going to play guitar again.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Sometimes
I think he
you
was.
realize that you're just not meant for a certain life, you know? It's just, hey, we gotta just keep it moving. Just keep
Speaking of keeping it moving,
There we go. A plus. That's an A plus right
That's
there.
a great one. I love it.
you guys have traveled all the way to Australia and played with Sienna Skies. How was that? How was your experience down under?
It was great. Uh, to be fair, it really wasn't much different than touring in the States. They have a UK driving system, which sucks for all involved. But the shows were great. Sienna, those dudes are awesome. We played a festival called Froth and Fury out there. That was amazing. Had a chance to see like North Lane and Dirt is Murder, Thornhill, like some of the like Aussie bands like in their backyard, which is always sick. Um, ate way too much bad food. Like, think I'm pretty sure I've had more KFC over there than I've probably had over here in 20 years. Uh, but yeah, great. Had a chance to see the Outback a little bit because I think there was a couple drives that we had where it was like 14, 15 hours. So it's like you're just riding through the plains, you're seeing kangaroos, you're seeing emus, you're seeing, you know, you name it, snakes. I had a spider crawl down my shirt
How
while we were
big was the
sleeping.
spider?
About the size, a little bit bigger than probably about the size of like I'm trying to think, a little less than like a $50, so big.
Pretty big.
Yeah, like crawled, smashed it, thought it was like a small something, put it in my hand. I was like, that is disgusting, and couldn't go back to sleep after that. So
I mean, Australia is known for some big spiders and big creatures.
they
Yep.
are.
Did you
Yeah,
guys get to like hold koalas or anything?
no, unfortunately not. Just like I think the only place that they even allow like you being near koalas now was Brisbane, and that was our last day. And
Oh,
yeah, like we wanted to go like on our last day before we flew out, but CS guys had like a 10-hour drive back home. So it was like we just got dropped off at a hotel and waited and everything. But there was a lot of really cool things we got to see. Like Damon said, kangaroos. We did get to go to a zoo in Sydney. We had about 8 days off in Sydney, which I felt like I was just like in New York. Like that. At least like for me, I went exploring and walking around a lot. And it just that's what it felt like. Just people talking a little bit funnier than us, which
Yeah.
was
I
which
mean, I
was
love a good
cool.
Aussie accent, so.
Yeah, I mean, it was really great, and got to eat some. We did get to eat a lot of like Americanized food, like Damon said. There wasn't really anything too crazy or too special. But maybe that's also just our thing.
Asian food was incredible though. We'll say
Yes, it
that.
was. It was really, really good.
So shout out
It
Spice Alley.
yeah, Spice Alley. Yeah, Spice Alley was awesome. Um, but there's I think like for all of us too, it was something that we've always wanted to do. I'm sure every musician will always tell you that it's always a dream of theirs to go over to Australia. And it didn't disappoint. The fans were amazing. The hospitality we got from Sienna Sky, shout out to them. Shout out to our friend Josh. Like he's we call him Wadey. He's great dude. The whole band was phenomenal, and they made us feel at home because while we were there, daylight savings time happened, so we were like most of the time we were 16 hours ahead. So that was a little rough, trying to talk with people back home, being over there for 2 weeks. But yeah, just like such a cool experience getting to play over there, and yeah, we definitely can't wait to go back.
Yeah. I'd love to visit Australia someday. Someday.
Me too, but that means I'd have to fly. Um,
Yeah, I know. We'd have to like knock you out.
Not a fan. Not a fan of flying, huh?
no, even if I'm like thinking about flying or I'm watching a TV show and they're on an airplane, like that already enough kicks up anxiety for me. Like it's just a death tube in a sky. Like I just can't.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, you won't go on a boat though either, will you?
Yeah, well, I don't have a problem with the
Okay.
boat.
Okay.
No, I won't go on a submarine if you're referring to that comment on Instagram from tomorrow's June.
Yes.
No, I'm not going to go on a submarine.
No. Don't
No.
want to go. That is a sausage under the water, so.
A sausage in the water.
Two in
Oh
the
my God.
sky, sausage in the water. Love it.
It's the first thing that came to mind. I don't know.
I love it. It's great.
Sky sausage and water sausage. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sky sausage. Both sausages with wings, basically.
Yes, different kind of wings.
Yep.
so speaking of sausages,
He's like, I have no transition for this.
I really don't. Um, you know who aren't a bunch of sausages? Uh, guy, the guys in Archers. You recently did a couple shows with them. How were those? How were those
Yeah.
shows?
I don't know. They're a bunch of sausages. All right. No, they were great. No, those guys are great. They're killing it right now. It was cool to, kind of dust some of the cobwebs off, play the first couple shows of the year, kind of break that water. And I don't know, it gets the blood pumping, gets it flowing. Because in 2 months, like I said, we'll go overseas with Catch Your Breath until I wake, and it's like it's always you get back into like the doldrums of like everyday life, real life, and you're kind of like, man, not that we take anything for granted because I know that we don't, but it's like there are some bands or we you can even think back to, much earlier in the band when it's like there are points when, you might play two shows in like 6 months, or there are some bands like we have friends that's like, oh, it's like the big thing, like they'll play a show like a couple shows a year, and it's like, man, I couldn't do that. Like to go from only doing that to, where we're playing anywhere from 120 plus shows where it's like for us it's like you get in there, you prep for a tour, and you finally get into the environment, and then it's just over so quick. It's like, dang. Especially when you're hanging out with your friends, when you have great bands, you have great supporters, people um, that want to come out and hang out and get to know you, old friends that, we haven't seen in a while, and just reestablish, those connections in the community. And, you know, it's what we look forward to. It's why we are, talking with you guys, why we do the interviews, why we write the music and everything else. It's all symbiotic. It all adds up and, coincides with one another. So, it was great. Hopefully they have a sick tour. I feel like that tour started tonight or
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Starts
Okay.
tomorrow.
So, they'll do their thing. Shout out to them, and hey, in the meantime, we'll just keep on doing what we're supposed to do. Get the tour prep locked in and be ready to rock here in a couple months.
And maybe we'll play some more shows with them later.
Possibly. Possibly.
Yeah, I don't think
Maybe.
I haven't seen them play yet. I
Great
haven't seen
guys.
you guys play yet, so
That's a travesty. Wow. Go see Conquer Divide twice, but won't see us. Dang.
you gotta come to Milwaukee.
I feel like we did.
You probably did. I probably had to work or something. I
That's
don't
okay.
know. Or I
That's
didn't know about you guys until now. I know. People are
We
still
play
discovering
that
you.
X-Ray Arcade.
Oh yeah, that's I've never been to a show there, but a lot of good ones come through that place.
well, I think we'll be in Milwaukee this summer, so
Uh, be in Milwaukee this summer.
Have you guys played Syracuse before?
that's a good question. I
I
don't
mean, you
th
probably wouldn't want to.
Before my time, maybe.
I was gonna say I don't think we've played Syracuse. We've definitely played like we played Albany, we've played Buffalo, um,
Rochester.
Rochester.
Yeah, nobody comes to Syracuse anymore. It's like we're like a void or like a black like just I don't know what it is. The promoter that usually books the shows here is out of Buffalo, so they primarily just bring things into Buffalo anyway. But nobody comes here. It's all right.
It's okay. Chris will travel a little bit.
I face the fact that I'll have to travel 2 hours any direction at a minimum for shows nowadays.
It happens. It happens.
Well, we look forward to you driving 2 hours to come see us at some point in July then.
Sweet, I'll be there.
Look at
I
that.
was just telling my wife, I'm like, we do not have enough shows this year yet. Just
They'll start
here's
adding up. Don't worry.
I hope so. It's gonna be a sad summer without it.
Yeah, you're
Um,
gonna come to Warp Tour and go to Warp Tour with me.
I'm gonna try and get down to Warped Tour. I'll take a train.
But yeah, you're not flying.
Mm-mm. I'm gonna get my little roomette on a train and take a nice 29 hours.
Terrible.
Is this your first time playing the cities that you are overseas? No?
Yeah. We've this will be our sixth tour over there, I think.
Dang.
Yes.
They love
Seven.
you in the UK and
Yep,
Europe,
this
huh?
is seven.
This will be our seventh time over in Europe.
Good Lord. Oh boy. Might as well just start speaking Deutsch at this point.
Well, because we went twice in 2023, and we were already at like three before that. Yeah. So
Three,
this will
four,
be
five.
our
So this is seven.
yep.
Okay.
Well,
Because
they
then
must really love you over in that area overseas because you're always going back.
they do, and we love them. There are some things that I don't love. I don't like paying for the bathroom at a gas station. I think that's ridiculous.
Trash.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I
And
mean, at least they let you use the bathroom. Not like if you go to like Chicago where it's like, nope, no public bathroom. Not even
fuck
if you
off.
pay me, just go away.
No, they do the same thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, well.
And
I've
it's
never
even
been
worse
there, so I don't know.
because then there's a language barrier where it's like not only is there not a public bathroom, there's not a public bathroom for you specifically. But yes, no, the Europeans are great. The culture over there, like before we had gone, because we had friends, and they're like, once you get there and once people like can take to you, you'll have a fan base for life, and that's what it feels like every single time. So, it's a blast. We have fun. You know, friends that we do have over there with a little bit of a time difference, we'll try to keep up as much as we can. But it's great. Some of the venues have already started to sell out. There's a few more that are getting close to it, so looking forward.
Any cities in particular you're looking forward to going to the most?
Ooh, um, definitely anywhere in Germany. So Cologne is going to be sick. Munich has one of our favorite venues of all time. It's this complex called Backstage. Never played a bad show there, and conveniently, the shows are always on a weekend, which is great because then the venue essentially turns into a nightclub in all three of the venues, and it's just a party. So you can walk around, you can walk in between shows. They'll have like new metal disco, and they'll just start playing any like the old school stuff. Everyone's just having fun, and then everybody wakes up the next day, and minus me has a hangover, which is fantastic. But you know, Munich's great. Let me see what else we got. I think I'd have to look at the schedule. Going back to Poland, Poland's always a fun place to go to. It's a beautiful country, and I'm not gonna lie, I've never actually felt like rock star until we went there again, and I think we played there in 23 with 3 Days Grace in Gdańsk, and I don't know who made the mistake first. I don't know if it was Tyler or somebody. I think it was Mike. He walked out into the crowd and got mobbed. He was standing there taking pictures and signing stuff for like 2 hours straight. People didn't even know who he was, and they were just like, "Cool, you might be important." So,
Yeah, you look important. Let me get your autographs. Yeah.
Hey, if you got like a tour lanyard, they're gonna go for you.
wasn't even that. It's just the
Oh,
fact that you just look like a guy. You look like a guy in a band, and as soon as you open your mouth and they hear your accent, they're like, "Oh yeah, you're that dude."
yeah,
Cool.
you're not from here.
Nope, not Polish, but yeah, everywhere. Everywhere is fun except France. Sorry, France.
Uh-oh. Shade for France.
All shade. All shade for France.
Is there a particular reason? Bad
Yep.
experience?
Yep. Did a tour there in 2018. We had like this like nightliner, kind of like a mini bus kind of bandwagon type of deal. I'll never forget that we paid. $400 in tolls in 2 hours, which was ridiculous. Um, People that I know, I'm not fluent in French and I know a couple of words just to try to get by, but it's the same thing. And I don't like when people here do this either, when it's like speak English when it's like people are trying. And it's like I'll do my best, but then when you just cannonball French at me and then get mad when I don't understand what you're saying, nah, we're not doing that. So we're not gonna, mm-mm, I don't like it.
The people at the shows
Yes.
are great, but it's when we're like walking around the town or something like that, and we were told by a lot of locals like don't keep your wallet in your back pocket or any pockets, like hold on to it. People and, like just hearing that when you first get there, that's like, well, I don't I don't want to be here, like what the heck. And yeah, and they just make it known like you don't belong there, and it's just kind of weird. But the shows are always great. It's just the people outside of the shows that are not great.
Yeah. Well, different cultures and
Yep.
definitely different, like, language barriers and everything don't help.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so let's come back to the United States.
Yes.
Uh, you guys are going to be coming back and playing a few festivals. Rockville in May for the first time ever, and then Incarceration in July. Any other festivals or tours like, planned for the States this summer?
Definitely tours in the summer. Uh, we'll be in both spots where you guys will be at, so keep an eye out for that.
We'll keep my eyes
Rock-
out.
there you go. Exactly. Rockville is gonna be sick. Ink's gonna be sick. We do this. It's a hometown festival called Rock Lansing. We're doing like a headliner at our local venue the night before, so that'll be a lot of fun. That'll kind of kick off like a little run of dates that we're gonna do down to Rockville. Um, but yeah, outside of that, we just got stuff that we're trying to get secured for the summertime. In the meantime, also work on finishing up or getting the bulk of a new record finished so that when we start dropping stuff, it's like we can kind of do what we talked about before, where it's just going to be more of a barrage of things to, keep us in the limelight, have some new stuff to promote, um, and see what everybody thinks, honestly. Like we're in a cool straight state of transition and we're not in a rush, but there are some days when you can kind of sit back and you look at what's happening and you go, ooh, once once people get a taste of this, like it's undeniable in our opinion. So
So
we're
lots
stoked.
to look forward to this summer.
Yes, very much so.
Now,
Looking
with
forward
all touring,
with all
with
touring.
all this touring, are there any crazy or fun road stories or stories from the stage you could share? Because we love stories. Chris and I love stories.
I'll let
And I
him.
feel like you guys have some crazy stories.
Oh, we do. There's some that will not we can't talk about for fear of uh I don't know. Call it internet backlash or self-incrimination. I'm trying to think of a good one that won't get me in trouble. Even like a recent one. Hmm. Tyler, I don't know. You can take this from me if you can think of one off the top of your
I
head.
mean, well, something recently is, I'm definitely trying this new thing of just being, more accountable and everything. New year, new me, everything. I left the trailer door open this past weekend
Oh
when we
yeah.
were leaving to go to these shows, and luckily someone at a light was like, "Hey, your trailer door's open." So I immediately was like, "Oh my God, I never shut that." And I went back there and I was like, please tell me nothing fell out. Nothing fell out. I don't know how. I really don't. We were going like up and down hills. Um, so yeah, so that's that's pretty bad. But it's one of those things. I was like, hey, I did this. I'm really sorry. And I get made fun of. I'm probably gonna get a text here tomorrow just randomly like, hey, remember when you left the trailer door open from our other guitarist Mike. He likes to be the fun one. And a not so recent one. Um, I'll make this very quick. Back in 2018, we toured 2 months in a nightliner, and I I can kind of sleep anywhere. So there was only 5 bunks in there. There's obviously there's 5 of us, and there was like two decent sized bunks, and then there was a bottom like a very bottom bunk um that was basically like a dungeon. And I was like, this is perfect for me because then I can just sleep, whatever. Well, the way that's laid out is, you have a bunk, you have a bunk right here, then the bathroom, and then you have a bunk right here, and then my bunk. Or sorry, on the other side, whatever. And I sweat very bad. Very, very bad. Um, so there was like a week straight, like the nightliner just smelled like it just smelled, and you're like, we all just were like, you know what? It's probably just all of us sweating. It's cool, whatever. Um, and then there was one night, or like one day, I think I slept until like 1, and we were loading in probably like an hour later. And I'm getting out of the bunk, and I just see all them like, oh my God, dude, like you're drenched. And I was like, what? They're like, dude, you are so sweaty. I'm like, no, I'm fine. And they're like, no, like, and I looked, and it was soaked. And I was just like, dang. I was like, whatever. I guess I just like I sweat a lot. No one thought anything of it, right? It's for like a week that it was really bad. Like I'm not even kidding you, for literally a week. And we go and play this show in Macedonia, which I didn't even know this place existed until we announced that or went on that tour. And um we had like workout gear and then like a football and something else on the other side. That was like a compartment, um, like a storage area. And I remember we got out and everything, and someone went to grab something out of it. And there's just like a ton of water at the bottom. And they're like, and it smelled really bad. And we're like, what the hell could this be? And Damon kind of noticed it, but he was like, again, probably all sweat, whatever. So then we decided to open up my side of the bunk because we're like, okay, well, it's kind of the same smell that like I get every day. And we open up the bunk, and my mattress is literally floating on water.
But it's not water.
It's not
Mm-mm.
water. I was sleeping in all of our piss for a week straight, and we all thought that it was just I was sweating because this dungeon got like no freaking. I mean, it's still a bunk, but it was very compact.
I had a feeling where this story was going.
Yeah, and I remember, and I sat there with body wash, like literally rinsing this outside of the venue for like a good couple hours, and it was yeah, and I will never forget that tour ever in my existence because yes, I slept on a piss-filled mattress that was floating for a week.
Dang.
How did that even happen?
There was a leak. There was a leak in the because like I'm sure if anybody has ever told you, like even in RV, it's kind of the same thing. Like they have to change that every like couple days. It turned into a shower as well. No one really used it unless we absolutely had to, because most of the time we stopped to get showers or whatever. But for some reason, like our driver emptied it, but it's like any time that he emptied it, it really wasn't that empty. So he was just like, "Oh, they're not even going to the bathroom. They're not even going to the bathroom that much on the nightliner." Nope, we were. It just it leaked into both compartments.
Damn.
Just
Damn.
mine happened to be, I happened to be sleeping in one of them. So
That sucks.
Yeah.
Guess you don't want the bottom bunk ever again.
Yeah, And that was the worst part about it is I just volunteered because someone else was going to do it, and I was like, I'm smaller. I'll take it. It's fine. I shouldn't have.
And you got shafted with the P
Yes, I
bunk.
did. Yep. Yes, I did.
Oh man. Yeah,
Never again.
you were talking too about leaving the trailer door open. I guess you'll never do that again, huh?
Nope. Yeah, that will never be done again.
Once you do certain things, you remember the next time and you never ever do them again.
I don't know about
Damon's giving that look
Uh-oh.
because I do tend to forget things. I do tend to,
this is a
you know,
band of repeat offenders.
Uh-oh.
yeah. We all do it. Like, don't, yeah, we all do it. Not just me.
I didn't
Damon does
single
it too.
anybody out, now did I? I said we are a band of repeat offenders.
Yeah.
Some happen to be more habitual than others, but
But I will never sleep and piss again. Okay. Let's make that
I would
clear.
hope not.
Or at least voluntarily do that. I will never do that. No.
I would sure hope not. I don't think
Yes.
anyone would do that. But then
No, it's
again, there's a lot of weird people out there.
yes, there is. I'm weird, but not that weird.
So if you had to piss together a dream tour, you can take anyone on tour that you wanted to. Who would you bring with you?
That's a good one. That was a good one.
Thank you.
Loved it.
well, it certainly
Um, huh?
I said it certainly wouldn't be my cat right now. What's up, buddy? What you doing?
Your cat's a little pissed.
Oh, he's mad. Well, he does this thing where like if he hears me talking on the phone or doing anything that he can hear other voices, he's like, "Ooh, what's up? What's going on?"
Yep. Some animals just love to do that.
Yep. But to answer the question, tour Spirit Box, they're great. I love that band. Um, Gojira would be sick. Architects, that'd be sick. Bad Omens would be sick. I don't know. Even some crazier stuff like what we were talking about, like Nine Inch Nails, Linkin Park, Slipknot, please.
Some dream tours.
Exactly.
You were talking Spirit Box. We should just add in Poppy too, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's no difference at
Nope.
all.
No
Actually,
difference at all.
Poppy is the singer of Spirit Box. Yes.
Yep, definitely is.
Yep.
I still can't tell if that like if they legitimately were just trolling them or if they're just that stupid, which I'm also not surprised at that either.
It's the Grammys, so it was definitely they did not do the research.
Oh no, because they never really involve like the actual rock aspects at the Grammys.
Yep.
They don't televise that stuff.
Nope. They don't care.
Jerks. So what about you, Tyler? Dream tour?
Um, I would definitely say Breaking Benjamin again on that one. Um, geez. I think it'd be cool to tour with Corn sometime.
Would be sick.
I think like yeah, like honestly, like a Slipknot, Corn, Breaking Benjamin tour. Like for me, for like I didn't grow up on metal. I didn't grow up on that genre at all. So I'm kind of like late in the game with a lot of that stuff. I have never seen Slipknot. Um, we get to play with them this year at Incarceration, so that is super cool. I'm really grateful for that. Like finally get to see them. And I've seen Corn like once or twice, and every time they're just like, even if like I'm not the biggest fan of them, their live show is something just so like you get lost in it, and it's so much fun. Their visuals are great. And then I've seen Breaking Benjamin a ton of times, so I yeah, that would just be amazing just to be able to tour with a band I've loved for basically my whole entire existence that they've been around as well. So
Yeah.
that would be sweet.
Would be a sweet tour.
It
So
may
we've got
happen someday.
Hey, you gotta will it and speak it into
Got to
existence.
manifest it. Yes, absolutely.
so we've got one last question, the most important question of the night. What is your favorite dinosaur?
Uh,
It's the most important question.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if I can name like three different types of dinosaurs. There's a raptor. What's the one with the long neck? The
Oh, I was just gonna say that the one that just eats freaking leaves and stuff. That's my spirit animal.
giraffe dinosaur?
Yeah, that guy.
Well, let's think.
Brachiosaurus?
Which one are we talking about though? The Brontosaurus that people thought was not real, that was in the Land Before Time, or are you talking like
Yes,
Brachiosaurus from Jurassic Park?
the Land Before Time one.
That's the Brontosaurus.
Yeah, that right there, hands down. Just because of Land Before the Time, but like I just it's just chilling, just eating leaves. Having a just it's just there, like not paying rent, not worrying about like they got food everywhere. Come on.
You know what? I'm gonna go with a raptor
Yeah.
for two reasons. One, I appreciate their like menace shithead energy because they just kind of disrupt things and do stuff. But sometimes you need that. The world needs that. So a raptor.
Yep, I could see it. You're kind of chill right now, but I feel like I could see you become a velociraptor for some things.
Oh, like
Especially when we're talking about McDonald's.
oh, well, that's the thing is I do have I embody that I can be very level-headed, balanced, calm, cool, collected, but don't get it twisted. I also do have menace energy and quite a bit of it
Yeah.
that can be released in the right moments.
It's kind of like your cat.
Oh, my cat is a menace all the time.
He's
Like
never
right now.
chill. He's never chill.
Very, very seldomly. He does sleep with me so that he'll, you know, meow until he's like, "Hey, time to go to bed, Dad. Come on now." I'm like, "All right, cool." And then he'll go to sleep and I go, "Oh, you're so cute." And then I like shuffle and I hear, "Ah," and I'm like, "Man, go back to bed." Like right now, like I'm literally petting him right now off screen to keep him from meowing the entire time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is that the worst thing he does is meow? He doesn't like bite you and stuff, does he?
Um, bite, like bite. No, he does like to nibble. He does like to tap my face unnecessarily to wake me up.
Well, he
Um,
wants his food.
there are two other cats that live in the house, and I do believe that in their social construct, he is the leader because when the food is out, he will come down to me and I will walk upstairs and see two other cats sitting there, blank faced, not saying a word. And I'm like, mm-hmm, okay, I see what's going on here.
He's
So
definitely the alpha cat.
he is the
Yeah,
he is the alpha cat. He communicates with me to make sure that everybody else's needs are met.
Yep. Well, in case you were wondering, mine is the Brachiosaurus when it comes to dinosaurs, and Chris's is.
Ankylosaur. It's that shelled or like armor plated one with the big old club tail.
The tank.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Didn't
his
know that.
dinosaur's a little cooler than mine. Mine's not that cool, but mine's close to a Brontosaurus, so I mean, here we go.
There we go. I love it.
But that was our last question. If you guys had anything else you wanted to add for listeners, viewers?
Check us out on all of the socials. We have all of them. So you can go to TikTok, you can go to Facebook, Instagram. We actually have a website of virtueband.com. If you happen to live in Euroland, check out the tour dates. If you don't, hopefully we'll see you at Rockville, Inked, or any of the other soon to be announced tour dates coming here soon. Other than that, appreciate you both. Thank you guys for, having us, having some great opinions, some wrong opinions on Looking forward to discussing this a little bit more. See where else we can cause division in this world of ours.